Sing to the rock, sing to the tree, sing to the firefly lighting up the sky. Sing, sing to the sea.
Hello, I'm Mary Wheelan, and this is The Song, a show that presents songwriters, composers, and lyricists and their original songs. And today, I am very pleased to present, from Worthington, Massachusetts, Jim Kaminski.
Something called Waiting for the Love off my new CD.
Every time I play these chords on my guitar, lift me up, make everything alright. Like taking a walk on a cool spring morning, bluebirds singing, some daffodils ringing. They go, here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Dee-dum dum, dee-dum dum dum, dee-dum dum, dee-dum, dee-dum, dee-dum dum, dee-dum dum dum, dee-dum dum. As I slip away into a slumber land, you're the last thing on my mind, baby. See you walking toward me with a smile on your face. We touching hands and we walk away wondering, here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on. We'll be walking, we'll be talking. Let the morning sun warm my skin. When you're smiling at me, baby, reflections of all the love within. You touch my hand, you take my breath away. Spread your wing and we could fly away now. Mountain streams running cool and clear, all come together into a rushing river. She takes us in, we have a swim, diving under, swimming away, thinking about it. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are, waiting for the love. Come on, come on.
Here's a little something called Never Coming Round Again.
You got my name, give him my money. Come on, baby, show me a little honey. This old man coming rolling home tonight. Oh, yes, I am. I won't be coming solo. Picked up a little something along the way. Come with me now, everywhere I go. Everybody got the story, and sometime the lucky one get a little glory. When I was young, we We started out at the top, oh yes we did. And I'm standing all alone, looking down over the edge. Man, it's a long way before you hit the ground. I want to tell you now, sonny, warm breeze is blowing, feel good on my skin. Simple life I used to know, never coming round again. Holding on to the one you love, I feel your two hearts beating together. Love is the only thing you're gonna take with you along your way when you leave this place behind. This is only one place you can go. Wait, I've been sitting down on the bottom line. I've been looking up, up is where I'm gonna be. Oh, yes I am. You gotta hold down tight now, baby. Get 'em moving just as fast as I can now. Swear to God, I'm gonna get it right this time. Tears of joy were falling down. Tears of joy were falling to the ground. I'll come together now into a river of hope. Oh, yes, there were. I feel it swelling up under my feet now. Come on, carry me away. Carry me on now to a better day. Come on, son. Warm breeze blowing, feel good on my skin. A simple life I used to know, never coming round again. Holding on to the one you love, feel your two hearts beating together. Love is the only thing you're gonna take with you along your way when you leave this place behind. You got my name, I'll give you my money. Come on, baby, show me a little honey. This old man coming rolling home tonight. Oh yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, really like that. I'm so glad you could come. There's a lot of talent in the town of Worthington, Massachusetts.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And the songs you're doing today are from this CD, Jim Kay and Company 5. And so that what you just did was Waiting for Love and Never Coming Round Again.
Right, the first two cuts.
Yeah. And you're going to be doing 3 others from this as well, right? And if people are interested in getting this CD, how do they do that?
Well, right now, it's not really in the system, but you could email me on Facebook, Jim Kaminski, and we can contact, and I can send it to you that way through the mail if you really would like to get a hold of this. The back shot I took on
definitely a wonderful CD.
in my swamp, the flip side photograph there I took in the wintertime. And, I just like that shot a lot. I know there's some significance in the 4 cattails. There's 4 people in my family, so it's kind of a little thing I have about that. You know.
Great.
I like that.
Nice. Now I'm aware that you were you're an RCA artist.
Right. Yeah, my career kind of started out with a pretty big bang. Back in the winter of '68, I was a senior in high school. We had our first rehearsal in my cellar with a band called Fat, and became real big in Western Mass and the Springfield Amherst area. And within 2 years, a tape had gotten down to New York City, and someone heard it, passed it around, and before you know it, a big limo came out, and we're up in Munson, Mass, at the Newland Farm, kind of rehearsing there and hanging out there. And we got signed to RCA Records, and we started some East Coast touring and opening to all the major acts that were kind of associated with RCA, and got to meet some big people. We opened up to people like Paul Butterfield and Little Richard, and the Allman Brothers. Did 2 or 3 gigs with the Allman Brothers, a couple in the Amherst area at UMass, and a place called the Woodrow's Ballroom. This was around 1970. And that went on I was with the band for 6 years, and then because I needed to pursue my own material and start singing, because the band, I was a guitarist in that band, and there was a vocalist, and I needed to start singing. So I left the band and started my own thing, Jim Kay and Company back then. And there it is. And from there till now, lots of singing and playing and getting around. Spent a little time in Austin, Texas, way back, and that was 77, 78.
And other places like New York, New Orleans, Nashville?
Yeah.
A lot of different places.
In the 80s, early 80s, a friend of mine from this area became the drummer for John Kay and Steppenwolf, and he got John Kay interested in my music, and they brought me down to a studio in Nashville and recorded an album, and I went on tour as opening act for John Kay, and we did this run from Nashville and ended up in one of the great big festivals in New Orleans. I'm not sure the name of it, but probably the biggest one they have, and we were his opening act, and that was pretty exciting. Got to meet some people and see some places.
Yeah.
But mainly, most of my work's been in this area, Western Mass, and I'm still gigging around. Going to be playing in the center of Worthington on July 20 for a dance that the Historical Society is putting on there. It's a Saturday, July 20. During the afternoon into the evening, we'll be playing, and late afternoon into the evening. Jim Kay and Company, my trio, which is kind of progressive blues rock and folk rock, kind of blues and jazz. So it's all original. I've played original music all my life, and still doing that. And I'm a writer and singer, player. I play electric guitar with the band.
And now the event in Worthington is a fundraiser, right?
Right,
For
fundraiser.
the Worthington Historical Society.
Right, yeah.
Great. Well, why don't you play us another song and we'll talk a little more.
It's called Summer Day. Yeah. Dee dum down down dum dee dum dum. Dee dum down down dum dee dum dum. Yeah. Middle of a summer day, I'm floating on a cloud, hands all beat up and blistered, sweat pouring down my brow. Simple life appeals to me, lets me be where I wanna be. Yeah, yeah. People that I need to know, places where I'd like to go. You know it ain't easy trying to put it all together on my own. Get a little crazy sometime when I feel like I'm losing my way. You're always right here in my heart, baby. With your sweet smile to set me on my way. I wanna tell you now, whoa, yeah, let your love bring me home. Whoa, yeah. Let your love bring me home, baby, baby. Dee dum 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 dee dum dum dum. Dee dum 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 dee dum dum. Oh, let your love bring me home, baby, 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 baby. Dee dum 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 dee dum dum. Evening time is sailing in, twilight hanging in the air. Look at those orange and yellow sunnies, they're just dancing down a hemlock tree. You and me alone now, baby. The kids have grown, come and gone. Holding you in my arms right here and now. And your sweet smile gonna set me on my way. I wanna tell you now. Let your love bring me home, bring me home, bring me home. Let your love bring me home, baby, baby. Dee dum 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 dee dum dum. Dee dum 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 dee dum dum.
Had some very fine playing just now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Now, you've been in the music business for like 40 years or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if you have some advice for younger songwriters who might be just getting into the music business about.
Yeah, songwriting. When I started, I really wasn't a songwriter. I was a guitarist in a rock band, and but eventually evolved into wanting to have, into wanting to say something myself. You know, being that we had a singer and he wrote the lyrics and sang his tunes, and it was slow in the beginning, but in the past quite a few years, it's just I'll get up in the morning and sip some coffee and sit for a while and play, and the process of just coming up with some chord progressions, and then maybe I'll be whistling some melody, and lyrics will come kind of bouncing with the rhythm, and the bouncing rhythm had a lot to do with the lyrics, syllables going in time, and that kind of thing, and then eventually, if you see the story, a few lines develop, you can continue with that, and it'll come, and rhyme comes into it, and so, but just as far as songwriters, follow your feelings, follow your heart, don't be afraid to say what's inside of you, and yeah, that's what I do. I sing about how life is getting to me, and what I can do about it, and situations I get into, and the things I feel, and you don't necessarily have to make up a story, but then again, some people on the other end of it just really make up things, and that's the other side of it. But the feelings within me really kind of generate the lyrics, mainly, I think, you know.
And then it makes it I would think, very authentic that way. It's not,
I
just
guess
some
it
made-up
does.
story.
Yeah. Because pretty much everything on the album is factual in a sense, and based around just everyday living, really.
Now, you've been quoted as saying, "Music is about feeling something. My goal is to move people, to stir up some kind of emotional response."
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that pertains kind of with my trio because we get pretty energetic. I'm known as a guitar player in the Valley for a long time, and kick ass, and we play some serious. We do a lot of jamming. Back in the early Fat days, I kept pushing the band to want to jam. Let's jam. Let's just, jamming being just take something off the hat as you're there on stage, something that's not already a song, and just start creating something there on the spot. And that was way before jamming was big. Jamming is a big thing now, jam bands and all that kind of thing. And I was doing that with my own trio for many, many years. A lot of times I'd be playing in Northampton at a gig, maybe at Sheehan's or something, and a lot of time, a third of the evening was just off the cuff, off jamming at the moment, and it was so tight because I was fortunate to have really good players, and the jamming was so tight people thought it was tunes, but we'd jam and I'd put some lyrics to it on the spot. I like that, improvisation and playing for the moment, letting what you're feeling come through, and trying to get that response from the crowd, just letting my emotions come out, hoping that someone connects with that, and it kind of creates a little circle, give and take, and it works sometimes. Yeah.
Now, have you ever had that recorded or videotaped or anything when you jam?
Well, yeah, probably so. There's been some things around, people, the whole new thing with just being able to put your phone up on the air and record what's going on. That's such a different thing that from when we started, all the cell phones, all that wasn't around, it was real different, you actually had to. I still got a dial phone at my house. I love using it. It spins around.
The old-fashioned
it's kind of
dial
slow.
phone.
It's black and it's big and heavy and it's got the ray on it and you dial up your numbers. That's pretty cool.
Well, with all the power outages in the hill towns, it's good to have a landline, right? Instead of a cell phone. In fact, cell phones don't have any reception, pretty much.
Not that I'm against it, but I'm a little old-fashioned, maybe in a way. I'm a homesteader, by the way. I'm an organic gardener, and I planted an orchard 30 years ago, and these days I'm selling fruit from that, and that's pretty rich and rewarding. But the other side of that is that, I wasn't out on the road touring like most musicians would be. Booking didn't come easy to me. That's probably why I didn't do that. I really don't like trying to sell myself, whatever reason, I'm not sure. But I love playing and creating, and so when it becomes my way, but I mean, in a local sense, I can get out and book a few gigs, and I do that, and we play around the Valley.
Great. Well, I want to make sure people know they can reach you on Facebook, right?
Yeah, at this point.
And you have there's some also videos on YouTube, I think, that
there are a few
people can
things,
check out.
Right, there's some things with me playing with Fat from Springfield, and there's some things of my own on there too with my trio. Actually, I'm hoping this comes out really good because some of the stuff on there isn't that great, but I wish I could get it out of there maybe, but we'll see what happens, and it's nice to be here today, and nice little spot you got here.
And I'm glad you were able to come.
Great.
And so maybe you can close out with a couple more songs.
All right.
Thank you.
This song is inspired by when I was a kid in school. I would sit there and tap my fingers on my desk all day, Couldn't stop, didn't even know I was doing it. And I guess they have words for that now with kids, just with nervous tension and too much energy. And anyway, it comes from that nervous energy, I guess. It's song number 4 on my CD.
when I was a boy in school, tapping fingers on my desk all day, driving my teacher right out of her mind. She said, "You stop that now, or you'll be staying after school today." But I said, "Oh, teacher, I cannot help myself. I cannot help myself. Now everybody's smiling, they're watching my fingers sailing up and down, playing this here guitar like my life depends upon it. You come and see me on a Saturday night, I'm gonna play some blues for you. Oh, baby, I cannot help myself. I cannot help myself. Dee-dum-dee-dum-dum, dee-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Now everybody's smiling, they're watching my fingers spinning up and down, playing this here guitar like my life depends upon it. You come and see me on a Saturday night, I'm gonna play some blues for you. Ooh, teacher, I cannot help myself. I cannot help myself. Ooh, I cannot help myself.
And last tune on the CD is called Wild Places.
Been up too long, I wanna get back in. Downtown's come along, it took the best of me. I had to pick up all the pieces, wanna do my very best with the rest of me. I got a lot of love to give, I'm gonna give the best of me. Cars going by and I am watching, busy people smiling, everybody got somewhere to go. I feel like I'm standing still and the whole world is flying on by. I've been out too long, I wanna get back in. I don't know what's up ahead, I get this good feeling when I tell myself, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. In the city that's so young and pretty, there's no place for me. I'm going back to wild places. That's where I set my heart free. Too long, I wanna get back in. Downtown's come along and took the best of me. Can I make you smile? Can I still deliver? I got myself boxed in this corner. I'm in a cold sweat, I'm in a shiver. In a city that's so young and pretty, there's no place for me. I'm going back to wild places. That's where I set my heart free. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Been too long,